We were commanded to make the beams of the Mishkan, the tabernacle, out of acacia wood. And the great commentary Rashi asks, why does the Torah say the beams, the boards? There were plenty of different materials that were used in the construction of the tabernacle. There was gold, there was silver, there was all different kinds of hides that were used and colors that were used. It never says the. It says the name of the material, but not the. So why does the Torah say the beams? And Rashi teaches that there is a story behind these beams. Because years before, God told Jacob that when his children are going to leave Egypt, they're going to be commanded to build a tabernacle in the desert. So Jacob took upon himself to plant acacia trees in Egypt. And before he passed away, he told his children that when you leave here, cut down the trees and use them for the boards, for the beams of the construction of the tabernacle in the desert. Rabbi Shalom Shwadron asked the following question. There were other materials that were not available in the desert, like, for example, the special stones that were used for the breastplate of the Kohen Gadol, the high priest. Those came down miraculously from heaven. So Rabbi Shwadron asked, so what about the wood? Why couldn't the wood have come down miraculously from heaven? Why was it through a prophecy that Jacob had heard from God, and then a commandment to his children, and he planted the trees and commanded his children to cut the trees down and take them into the desert? Rabbi Shwadron explains that the beams were used for the walls of the tabernacle. And the walls of the tabernacle encapsulated the Shekhinah, the divine presence. So the walls had to be made, had to be worked on. It couldn't come from a miracle from heaven, because to be able to create the walls that will house the divine presence, that needs man's effort. Our homes, the Jewish home, is compared to the tabernacle. So we need to look at the walls of our homes with great respect. Now, we have different walls here in Arizona. We have houses made of masonry, houses made of brick, houses made of wood, houses made of adobe. That's the physical structure of the walls. But spiritually, we need to view our homes as the encasement, as the border that within these walls is brought the divine presence of God. And that happens only through effort, working hard to make sure that in the home, in our homes, we speak to each other in a very special way. We conduct ourselves in an elevated way to make the walls worthy of encapsulating the divine presence of God. May God help us as we continue to build our homes, because there's a beautiful expression when young people get married: may you build a beautiful home, a trusted home among the Jewish people. So building a home is not something that is stagnant. It's not something that happens once, or even if you have different homes, but the walls of the home need to be constantly spiritually reinforced, revitalized, so that within the walls there is holiness and there is beauty. Have a fabulous Shabbos.